As you can see from this picture, there used to be a series I did years ago. Last time was 2021, where I would use the final days of the year to basically do a recap, address several people, address y'all, and put my goals out there for the following year. So first of all, happy new year to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm doing this again, I'm going to do this all in one video. So let's start by saying, I don't know about y'all, but this year, 2024, maybe one of the worst years ever. At least for me. It's weird because many people have said this as well. Even from reading comments on my videos throughout this year, it seems like a lot of you guys also went through something very depressing this year. Something about 2024 was just miserable and unwelcoming. I feel like ever since the virus, life has sort of gone down a darker path. Things haven't been the same since. A handful of people I know ended up reaching rock bottom this year. There were some positives though that I've experienced in my own life, and I've seen other people's lives also experiencing positive things as well. But for the most part, it seemed like a very difficult year, right? Personally speaking, this year was very chaotic to me, and it ended very strange. This was one of the first years where I didn't lose a massive amount of friends. Rather, people from the past, from long ago, ended up reaching out and building with me again, a connection. I don't remember what year it was, maybe 2021, but one of these friends who recently contacted me, right, this year at least, we used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds together. He lives in Europe, so we'll just sit on Discord together and watch Yu-Gi-Oh. If you know, I already watched 5Ds, Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds like 3 times, but it's such a good series. You know, it's like the only serious Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and it resonates topics that are very relatable to most people. The other Yu-Gi-Oh anime series, they're just sus, you know what I'm saying? For the most, besides the original, they're like the one after 5Ds was called Zexal, and the main character's motto was "Get set to get decked." Like, bro, what's that? What's that even mean? He'll say that right before starting a Yu-Gi-Oh duel. But anyway, our friendship got ruined because he was struggling so much with his mental health, and he was unfortunately taking antidepressants and heavily drinking alcohol daily. It bothered me so much, and it was frustrating because this guy lives across the world from me, and I wish I could help him or do something. So, we ended up having arguments about it and everything because, you know, I was concerned, I'm worried, and like I said in many videos, I'm a very protective friend. I'm a very protective person in general, you know. So, we just ended up not talking anymore. He actually hit me up on Instagram and we apologized to each other for everything that was going on, and we've been talking ever since. Also, the infamous Aku anime character, Samantha, she randomly FaceTimed me out of nowhere one morning, and we caught up about everything. The videos about her are deleted now, but if you remember or don't know, or you haven't been told everything, because maybe you missed a video related to this, recap, there was somebody who I nicknamed on this channel called Samantha. To protect her identity, I changed up several details because there is somebody who literally stalks me to this day. By the way, I know you know who you are. Okay, I know you're watching too. You stalk me, and it's because you're waiting for the opportunity to chat with her per se. Which, P.S. Samantha told me you did anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I said originally, Samantha was a friend who lived in California and was a male to female. That was a twist of details, my twist of details, to protect her from a certain person that I mentioned. Obviously, I didn't do a good enough job. And with the Samantha project I put out, the album, I kind of exposed everything anyway. And also, considering I took down some pictures from my Instagram, you kind of figured out who I was talking about here. No, she didn't live in California. And no, she was not male to female. Samantha was a born female who I was dating from London. This girl has been through the worst trauma ever. And I'm not going to put her situations out there, but her trauma is very, very, very bad. People have done terrible things to her, and it's sad because none of these things could have been avoided. Literally, it's like actual bad luck, the terrible things that she went through and she's been going through. We spent every single second of our time together, even from a distance. Yeah, it's an online relationship, it's like distance, but we met in person as well. And I hinted at this in several videos. If some of y'all remember, I was supposed to get married this year or late 2023. And that person was Samantha. The plan was we get married. She ends up getting citizenship to America and we'll get a place together and we move out. We move on from there, right? But if you remember from the Samantha series, the trauma ended up overwhelming her, and they locked her away in the psych ward for like 8 months. And when she got out, she's like super medicated and doesn't remember much about her life. Even me, doesn't remember much about me. The medication and the time in the psych ward completely shut her brain down. And this is somebody who I plan to be with for the rest of my life. And that's what made me hurt the most about it. Like, I met her when she had extreme trauma, which I can't just fix, you know what I'm saying? And then what happened to her in the psych ward with the medication affecting her and stuff like that. It's like, this is a situation where I have zero control or ability to help her, really. She wasn't taking visits at the hospital. So even if I fly to the UK to visit her, it would be for nothing. You know, I'm completely cut off. And in the series, I was mentioning how it messed me up so much in my head that I was having nightmares about it, like daily. Like, imagine being with someone every single second of your day, or talking to them every single second you're awake, pretty much. And you have a future planned together that is already on schedule to happen. And then it just gets taken away in one day. That's it. Just one day, poof, person is gone and they're suffering while you can't do anything. It was awful to experience for me. And I think that situation, on top of many others, pushed me to the edge in the middle of this year, 2024, where I ended up going to the psych ward myself again. And then that leads to this video that I'm referencing on the screen right now. So that's the recap for that. She did contact me, and she did contact me again, twice this year, again this Christmas, which is like a few days ago, right? She told me, and this is a dilemma here, and I want to know what you guys think about this. Give me some feedback, okay? She told me that she wants to try again in maybe a year when she's 100%. She also told me she really can't picture herself with anyone but me. And I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I still feel the same way about her nearly 2 years later, despite the fact that I started dating someone else. And don't take this the wrong way or get it twisted. I only started dating someone new this year because I waited nearly 2 years for her when she went to the ward. And then she just ghosted me completely. Her phone was dead all the time. No messages were getting delivered. I had no contact with her family, nothing. I was grieving because I literally thought she died or she was going to be a permanent resident at the psych ward. That's how bad her trauma is. Like they left her in there for that long because it's that bad. Like, it's not like, ha ha ha, like, you know, that joke about, oh, I can fix her because, you know, she's sad about something or she just had like a bad incident. No, she had numerous back to back bad incidents that warranted her to being inside of a psych ward for that long. And after nearly 2 years of grieving to what felt like someone dying in my life, I said, maybe this is a sign, y'all. Maybe I gotta move on, you know, even though she's always gonna be in my heart. And then I started dating someone new, right? Y'all saw me post new pictures with me and somebody else, right? And then now, boom, now Samantha is back on her feet again and wants to finish what we had planned. I mean, it's like, do I just leave my current girlfriend and get back with her? Maybe I should have never started dating again in the first place. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what, you remember talking about how I feel guilty, I feel bad, or like I feel like a bad person about a lot of things. Yo, like, maybe I should have never started dating again. But I waited nearly 2 years after I got left in the dark and ghosted. So I kind of feel guilty that I didn't wait a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is what I mean. This year ended up very weird to me. Let me know what you guys think about that, by the way, that whole situation I just shared. What should I do? I have a promise to somebody to be with them forever, and my heart feels that way. But after everything that happened, being ghosted, left in the dark, and the things she goes through, is it worth sticking around and reintroducing all this stuff back into my life again? You know, you get what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dear 2025, do I leave Samantha in 2024? So anyway, just moving on now. I had many people this year just end up talking to me again, right? After not hearing from them for years. I also made new friends, and I finally have a consistent friend group that's actually in real life. My whole life, I've only had friends or friend groups on the internet. So this year, socially, has been a whole new experience for me. I hope that continues into 2025 as well. The goals I had for this year, since I didn't make a Dear 2024 video, I do remember one of those was to make more money, which I accomplished this year, thankfully. I feel finally financially secured and consistent with it at the same time. So that ended up working out. The second goal I had for 2024 was related to music. Listen, I think the success of Sleepless Hours in 2024, even though I released a song in 2023, in 2024 it did good too. And Dark Sky Heaven was pretty good. You know, a lot of you guys also like Times Square. You know, I haven't, the only, you know what's funny? The only promotion I ever did for that song is on my YouTube channel. Like, Dark Sky Heaven and Sleepless Hours, they got their own promotion doing some other stuff. Like, I only mentioned Times Squares at the end of my video, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think the music I put out this year was pretty good. Some experimentation that could have been done better, but I definitely felt like the goal I had to express myself through certain songs definitely worked out. You know, another goal I had that I wanted to, that I actually did, I guess I really completed all my goals this year. Another goal that I had was to get more into esoteric stuff and magic. I started studying magic and occult supernatural stuff this year. I read a few books. One that stood out was Psychic Witch, a metaphysical guide to meditation, magic, and manifestation. And I also read, and before you judge, hear me out, I also read The Book of the Law twice by Aleister Crowley. I know a lot of people do not like this guy. Rather, people are also very against Dilemma or Dilemma, however you personally pronounce it, right? This book is interesting, The Book of the Law. I do have some critique that I expressed with my friend who is also into Dilemma himself. I do think this book kind of pushes selfish ideologies. It comes off self-centered per se, right? It's almost like a book of power. You know, it does have some compassionate parts, but after my second listen, some of the things, it felt more about ambitions being the opposite of compassion in this case, right? And it's funny because the Psychic Witch book, it's the complete opposite. It felt like it's pandering to everyone, and like patting everyone on the back to make them seem like they're special. They're like a special being on this planet. Like the universe revolves around them pretty much, right? But he says it in a very compassionate and loving way. Like, oh, everyone is deeply psychic and can unlock the powers of the universe. I mean, hey, sounds reassuring to an extent. It's just, listen, I disagree with that. I'm not saying I'm psychic or I'm a special being on this planet and others aren't, but I feel some people are lost souls and the programming is too deep for a lot of people to even see past certain horizons. Even myself, I'm deeply programmed by many things. So I did read some more books this year about many other things related to occult stuff and magic and supernatural stuff, but those two stood out the most to me. Both are good books, but the tone is definitely a preference for anyone listening to this who may want to read it or listen to the audiobook, right? So, with that being said, like I said earlier, I do think I pretty much did all my goals this year. I didn't really set much high expectations for myself, but for 2025, I do think I want to stick to my yearly goals about making more money than the previous year. So 2025, I do want to be better with that. I also want to be better with saving money as well. So saving money and making more money, right? That's one of the goals for 2025. I'm not too completely sure about this YouTube channel. I never set goals for it because I always say that I only do YouTube to talk to you guys between music releases, but I haven't been releasing music consistently. So it feels like at this point, I'm just on autopilot and uploading YouTube videos. Not saying that's a bad thing, you know? I mean, whatever happens this year to this channel happens, I guess. I'm not really someone who cares much about views and such like that, but because like I use this channel as a personal diary and journal. It's just, I don't know what I truly want to do with this channel. Should I take it serious and actually use SEO in my videos and not use random titles that don't use keywords and maybe talk about trending topics for more views and subscribers? Listen, I don't really want to do that. The thing is, I'm just not interested in 95% of the things that are going on in the world or on the internet. Sorry to say it, but I mean, let's just say it like this, right? For 2025, I want to be able to stick to how I'm doing things right now, but hopefully some success can come from that as well. From what I talked about in the addressing several things video, it would be nice if YouTube or social media sort of replaced my current work and became a financial stability. So I don't have to do what I'm currently doing now, you know? If I can, let's say, hypothetically do social media full time, maybe I'll start taking it serious and maybe I'll start streaming again. Who knows? The final goal I have for 2025 is I want to be able to have more mental peace in comparison to this year. I would love more mental resilience for myself, a stronger Aku, basically. That would mean the most to me, building my confidence up completely and just being able to be more stable on my feet, you know? What goals do you have for 2025? Let me know down below. Happy New Year, everybody. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen.